So guys, in today's video I will be actually showing off my Headless Raspberry Pi 4B.
So good to be back.
As you guys do know, I do have a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, and that video actually was quite a good video and got quite a load of views. So that's why I'm actually going to be, I've upgraded my Pi to the Pi 4 recently, and I'm doing a video on this. So let's get started. This is a Raspberry Pi 4B. This is a 4 gigabyte version, and as you guys can see right there, I've got heat sinks, and this is the Canna kit. And yeah, I've set it up so it's headless, and it is not running Raspbian, guys, and it's running a version of Kali Linux made for the Raspberry Pi 4. And yeah guys, so let me go ahead and show it off. So what I do is I've made so that the internal Wi-Fi card is only used as a hotspot. So when this Pi boots up, it automatically I've already made a hotspot, so it actually turns on the hotspot and it connects automatically to that Wi-Fi network. And that hotspot that's being created on the Raspberry Pi, I can connect over any of my devices, so I don't really need to have my phone hotspot being connected to it. Instead, I can have this hotspot being broadcasted, and I can connect my phone or my tablet or my PC onto the Pi. And I do have a version 1 TP-Link WN277 Wi-Fi card for my pen testing and my basically my Wi-Fi card for hacking. So this can do monitor mode and packet injection. So this is my daily driver card, and all I just do is I have this connected to a mini USB to female adapter, just because this by itself takes up ports if I plug it in directly. I know that's smaller, but it takes up this port right here, and I can't plug anything into only this port, but I can't plug anything to this. So for me to save space, I have this good old USB female adapter for me to actually go ahead and connect this up and connect it up right down here to one of the blue USB ports. And yeah, so if I want, I can use this in monitor mode and packet injection, or I can get Wi-Fi out of this as well while not affecting the internal Wi-Fi chipset. So let me go ahead and show you how this works. So I'm going to be powering this with my Xiaomi power bank right here. This is, well, I have the branding covered up, but you know, right there you guys will be able to just make out the Xiaomi logo, and on the bottom right there, this is a 20,000 mAh battery, and I got this in India while I was there for around 1,600 rupees, which is in the UK around £16. So I got it cheaper in India rather than the UK, because this retails in the Xiaomi store for around £23. So a few bucks saved there. And yeah, so as you guys do know, the Raspberry Pi 4 only is a USB-C. So I'm going to be pairing this with a USB-C to type just a normal USB port. So let me go ahead and plug this in, and now go ahead and plug the USB port into the Pi. So right here, and once I plug this in, it's going to start booting. Just going to check if it's booting. Oh, actually taking a look at the lights, and there it is. It is booting. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay it on the power bank on the top, and we're now going to move the hood over to the computer. And this video is now being recorded, and as you guys can see on the screen, I'm going to go ahead and open up my terminal. And now what you guys can see is I'm going to go ahead and actually turn off my Wi-Fi and re-turn it back on, so I can actually find the Wi-Fi. And as you guys can see, I've named it John's Wi-Fi. Nothing too suspicious, just looks like a regular hotspot, nothing flashing out saying Linux or Kali Linux. And yeah, let's go ahead and pop that here. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and now, because I'm connected to its Wi-Fi network, you guys can set up a password, and what I'm going to go ahead and add that, enter, and I'm just going to type in the password, which I will now turn around my camera and face my stand. Probably typed that in wrong because I typed everything wrong. And as you guys can see, I am into the Pi, and I do have it so that it actually enables VNC once the Pi boots up and auto login's been enabled. So yeah, so as you guys can see, I am inside the Kali Linux Pi, and what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to go ahead and open up my VNC viewer app, 10.2, as you guys can see there's the IP of it. Go ahead and connect to this, and as you guys can see I did not turn on the VNC here, it's because it's already been automatically turned on. I will make a video guys if you want, so if you want just request it and I will make a video on it. I want to click enter, type in the password again, and as you guys can see I am in the Pi. Well, there is this little issue where I need to find a way to fix this extra border thing, but other than that, the Pi is working nicely. There is sometimes, well, there is not much latency, sometimes there is latency, I do not know why, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and disconnect from the Wi-Fi network on my second card, and yeah, I think because there's a lot of interference around me, I've got quite a lot of cables, quite a lot of phones and devices around me, there's quite a lot of interference. That's why I'm getting a laggy VNC view, but I will show you this guys on my iPad as well. As you guys can see, this has literally every single app so you guys will need for Wi-Fi pen testing. Just gonna open up a terminal real quick, as you guys can see, and go ahead and full screen this. And let's do a, let me put this into monitor, M1 dash ng start WLAN 1, and WLAN 1, that's been put into monitor mode. So crack ng, crack ng WLAN 1. Oh, what am I doing wrong? It's probably error dump. I don't know why, but I keep on getting confused between all of that. And as you guys can see, I am now sniffing for, well, scanning for Wi-Fi networks around me, and after that I can literally specify which one I want, and the auth, capture the handshake key, try to crack the password of the Wi-Fi, and all sorts. So as you guys can see, the VNC is working, but there is a bit of a lag, but do not ask me why. I do have this CPU and all of the stats running up here to see if it's overheating or not, but I do have an internal fan, so that should keep it cool. And as you guys can see, yeah, let me go ahead and show you more in depth of how to actually create a hotspot on your Raspberry Pi 4, so you can actually connect to that instead. And one disclaimer is that when you're Wi-Fi hacking, make sure you do not select the internal Wi-Fi card, because if you do while you're in VNC mode, you will basically automatically disconnect and mess up the Wi-Fi setting. So make sure you get an external Wi-Fi card adapter, and make sure you specify that when you're turning on monitor mode and everything like that. Do not hack with the internal Wi-Fi card. It does support monitor mode and packet injection, but do not, because as you guys can see, it's broadcasting the hotspot. So all you guys will need to do is go ahead and create a new Wi-Fi network. Go ahead and put on connect, oh, not like that, sorry, what am I doing? Go ahead and right click on the Wi-Fi symbol, click edit connections. Next, what you guys will need to do is click on this plus icon right here. and select Wi-Fi from the drop down list. Click on create. Once you click on that, go ahead and name the SSID whatever you want. Just gonna do TTT, don't know why. Mode, put on hotspot. Put the band to 2.4 because 2.4 is supported by everything and not 5G. It's not supported by every single device yet. So 2.4 is the standard. Channel, leave as default. Device, do not select any device from the drop down list. If you do, just backspace and delete it. Next, you guys can turn on Wi-Fi security. That is for WPA. And what you guys can do is go ahead and put a password in. Do not use any type of other security because I found out this WPA 3 doesn't really work well. WPA 2 just connects. So I don't know, test 1 2 3 4 5, and then proxy, and then leave those default. So that's all you guys will need. Leave the general as default. Go ahead and look at it again. What you guys will need to do, SSID, you guys can change it up, but make sure these are what you have, or I have it right here. Wi-Fi security, WPA, WA2 personal, and put your own password in, and leave the rest of the same, and click on save. Right now I don't want to save that because it's going to automatically connect me to the hotspot I've made right here, but as you guys can see, I've got my hotspot right here and it is working right here and it's connected. So yeah guys, what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to head the VNC viewing here, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my iPad and show you how it looks on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish the recording, and now back to the camera. All I just need to do is push this in, go ahead and move the camera around here and move over my screen, and now what I'm just going to do is get my iPad, log in real quick, and as you guys can see, that is not the best view. I will try to make it my best. This is not working out great, but hey, as you guys can see, this is just an iPad Air, quite an old one, but it works for me. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to go ahead and VNC into it, because I'm just going to show you the Shelly client. This is what I use for my terminal. Not now. And 1042.0.1. It's going to connect. Oh, I've not connected to the Wi-Fi, so let me go ahead and connect to that real quick. It's just connecting to a normal Wi-Fi network. So connect to your Pi's Wi-Fi connection. Just going to quickly share it with my Mac, and that should go ahead and there we go. So it does show up as weak security because it's WPA2 and WPA, but this one connects, the other one doesn't. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and now go into the Shelly client, and now go ahead and connect. As you guys can see, I'm just going to click on continue, and now it's going to give me what to log in as. I'm just going to log in as root and my password. Once you've entered your password, go ahead and click on enter. As you guys can see, I am in the terminal, so I can actually execute like Wi-Fi if I wanted. So this is going to be an example. As you guys can see, Wi-Fi is running, and I'm just going to go ahead and Control C to end it, and Control C, Control C. That's just going to shut it down. Boom. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you the VNC client working as well. So go ahead into head into the VNC app, and I do have it already named. So there we go. Click connect. I do have a password set, so people viewing it, they don't just connect to the Wi-Fi network and SSH or use VNC. Sometimes it just doesn't want to work for me, and there we go guys. As you guys can see, mouse, it's going to get the mouse because I just like that one, and as you guys can see, the latency, well, don't ask me why the latency is a bit too much, but last time when I was trying it there wasn't really any latency. I think it's just because I do have my phone connected at the same time as well, but there shouldn't be any latency if you guys trust me. And yeah, I can check the trash, basically anything. And yeah, that was it guys for this video. If you guys do want a tutorial, there will be a tutorial coming up on how to install Kali Linux on your Raspberry Pi. But I do hope you guys did enjoy my headless setup tutorial on my Kali Linux Raspberry